We got a brand new Dark Magician, Dragons of Soul and Pride, and alternate arts that I didn't expect to see, and just a little bit more too. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Infinite Forbidden's Dark Magician and Gold Sarcophagus of Light. Yes, they straight gave us a brand new Dark Magician. Dark Magician has had so many reskins at this point, like, it's actually kind of hilarious. So this is Dark Magician, the Abon Sorcerer. It's level 7 Dark Spellcaster effect monster. You can only use the first and third effects this card's name once per turn. So if Golden Sarcophagus of Light is on the field, we can special summon this card from the hand. So yes, this is actually our little support line that we wanted to see for, you know, little Yugi out here actually still having a Dark Magician. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while in the monster zone. That does not work with the graveyard. That's very interesting. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and a level 5 or higher monster is on the field, we can special summon this card, and then we can set one spell and trap card directly from your deck that mentions Dark Magician. I'm not entirely too sure how I feel about them trying to tie the Gold Sarcophagus stuff into this, because to be honest with you, the Gold Sarcophagus cards already have a few problems along the way. To add in Dark Magician support into that, I feel like you're just asking for a cluster nightmare of an issue along the way here, but this is actually really cool. Kind of stinks that it's a brick, but okay. And then we have Dark Magic Mirror Force. And, you know, I didn't know that we needed a modern era Monster Reborn or Mirror Force retrain, but okay. So normal trap card, when your opponent's monster declares an attack or an opponent's monster effect is activated, that would destroy monsters on the field. You thought. And a monster that mentions Gold Sarcophagus of Light is on the field. The next time each monster you control that mentions the Gold Sarcophagus of Light will be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn, it is not. Also, destroy opponents or all of attack position monsters your opponent controls. Then if you control a Dark Magician, inflict 500 damage for each monster destroyed by this effect. Hold up here. So when opponent's monster declares an attack or a monster effect is activated that would destroy, and a monster with Gold Sarcophagus is on the field, you gain 1 step of protection, and then it basically, you get a free board wipe, and then if you control a Dark Magician, you ping your opponent for some damage. There's a lot to take in with that. The 500 damage is whatever, I feel like. You know what I mean? Because, like, realistically, it's probably not going to happen, but this would be, I guess if my opponent's, like, trying to negate something, I would get the most value out of this, because it would be a negate and a destroy, but I don't know, man. Like, this needed to not be the way that it was, and we could have actually had something a little bit better, but I'm happy that we're getting, like, an actual, this is the kind of Dark Magician retrain I'm fine with, that it actually flops on into the archetype and is an actual piece of it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel out of place along the way. So that's cool. Next up is the Will of the Dragon of Soul and Pride. And we've seen this artwork flaunted around a couple of times today. We saw the dual set actually come out earlier in the night. But this is Felgrand with, like, aspects of Blue Eyes White Dragon. You know what I mean? So this is the Dragon of Soul and Pride. Level 8 Dark Dragons, special summon 2500 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from the hand by your opponent having 25 or more cards in the graveyard. Alright, so hey, if your opponent's got 25 in the graveyard, you can special summon this from the hand. If you have 25 or more cards in your graveyard, this card gains 2500 attack and defense. This feels a little bit more playable than the other counterpart that we had. I think it's cool that, like, they're attempting to give you a monster that you can, if your opponent has 25 or 100 or more, get a free level 8 monster that you could special summon. Alright, and then, you know what, if you got 2500 or more, or 25 or more down, it's a 5000 attack point monster. Like, it's a gimmick, don't get me wrong, but it's playable. right? And this is also number 000, so I hope you're prepared for at least 4 reskins of this thing. 3 reskins of this in future sets. Oh boy. Now, I had a feeling that these were going to be coming along the way here. We kind of had a feeling that, you know, Charmers were going to be up on the block. I'm at least expecting in the TCG that we're going to see this here. But you might have noticed something a little bit interesting along the way here. So you have 6 Charmers here, but what in the world is this down here in the bottom left and the bottom right? Well, this is actually alt arts for tuning and for limiter removal. Initially, when I saw this, I didn't think anything about it. I was like, it's really weird that, you know, we just got these things. And then you kind of see the limiter removal symbol in the back of the Cyber Dragon. I know it's really hard to see. I apologize for that. They didn't really split it up too much here to see, but you can see it a little bit better right here. Yeah, I have the limiter removal in the back, and then the tuning motor here for this. I have no idea when the TCG is going to get this. I actually think it's very cool that we got all of these little retrains, because now we have Roto with Sky Striker on it. You know, we have tuning with the little gear ramping up here. But, like, this is all some very interesting stuff, to say the least. So, yes, there were more quarter-century reprints, and I've been very vocal and said we might see Pride and Unity here in the TCG this year. And a few people are like, but where? The year has only just begun. You know, we have holiday sets. Konami likes to take advantage of that. And an entire reprint set, I don't think it's going to do good, maybe, but I could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. And then we have the last little bit of the Tokyo Dome Monster Collection here. And we did get confirmation that we are getting an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring figure, which is actually really cool. The Shien one is going to look phenomenal. And then we have what looks like Trishula and the Chamber Dragon Maid coming down the pipeline here, which is actually kind of crazy to think about here. That, you know, I'm all for getting a Dragon Maid. I wish it was Chamber, as it does probably most of the community here. But I think that's fine. Like, especially more of these monster figures kind of coming down the line. I think this is good. So, there has been so much today. All right. The whole of the art series. Oh, we should probably talk about that, because the org did go a little bit into the Konami Animation Studio announcement here. And they did showcase all of the individual stories that they had. And yes, this one uses animation. Zeus, the use of animation in the Zeus storyline was, like, actually phenomenal. Like, also, the Konami really showcased in these different levels of animation that they showed off today that they know what they're doing here. All right. And then, of course, they had enough time here to give a nod to Exodia Vice's Fire Kings. Also, by the way, if you're sitting here and you're like, no, water's not getting a structure deck, it's most definitely getting its Yu-Gi-Oh! Retrain next. Alright, Konami has no reason here to go Fire Kings versus Atlanteans in the ocean up in the flames without saying, hey, we're doing this. Also, this entire picture has spawned an entire community for reasons. I'll let you figure that out. Also, Pobbler plush would be the absolute most amazing thing in the world. But Konami, like, look at this, man. Like, the Dragon Rollers, the Magistus stuff, like, this is the next allure. And even, like, the Sky Striker Rose and stuff clashing here. Look at how much they've got going on here just off of the craziness of the studio. Like, there, I just gave you your entire credit list for this. Like, it is so crazy. And I think if we are going to get a serious anime based on the Chronicles out here, the announcement will be at Jump Festa in December of this year. All right, and that would put you at 2025 for an anime. See you guys in 10 months. All right, most animes, I don't know if you realize this or not, but they do take time to make. This isn't a one and done kind of thing. And also, Duelist Kingdom campaign charmer artworks. You know, someday we will get the last little too revealed. I think we actually just got those today, but so much news. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.